Hey folks, Ryan here from Mr. L's Gaming Rants and Reviews, and I've got a rant about a rant that I did. Is that how we kind of go with this? Yeah, Castles of Burgundy by Awaken Realms is now live on GameFound. It has been running for a few days now, almost a week. And yeah, I had originally posted a video about the Castles of Burgundy by Awaken Realms back when it was about right around when it was first announced, and that was right about when I started up my channel. And so I made a rant video because I was very surprised about this particular announcement. And so yes, you can go and check out that video right now. I'll have a card popping up right about now. And yeah, thank you to all of the supporters of the channel, because this has been by far my most popular video on my channel right now, at over 2,700 views on over 2,000 views on this particular rant about the Castles of Burgundy by Awaken Realms. Thank you very much for all of the supporters. If you're really enjoying the content that I'm doing, please consider subscribing to the channel, hitting that notification bell for when all videos are available, and of course, comment, and like these videos. And yes, there's going to be lots to comment on the new edition of Awaken Realms that is now live on GameFound. Let's take it over. Let's switch over. Let's see what they've all got offering for us now. So let's take a look over here. So as we can see, I've got this converted into Canadian dollars already. 1.8 million Canadian dollars has been raised for this particular campaign. And yeah, 11,000 people are going gaga for bananas on this new Castles of Burgundy edition. So let's just take a look at what exactly do they have going on with this. They got a few pledge levels going on. So, and I've got this converted into Canadian dollars, and it's going to be all about Canadian dollar perspective for me, because that's what I'm going to be spending my money on potentially in this thing. So special edition gameplay all in, about $130 Canadian, and that is getting me the special edition, including all unlocked stretch goals, and it includes gameplay expansions offered in this campaign. Shipping will be paid after. And then there is the classic pledge. This has obviously got the castle miniatures that we're going to be talking about in a little bit. That was one of my big speculations of what the heck are these things going to be doing. Then there's the classic pledge, no miniatures, at $116 Canadian dollars, and this is just going to it's going to be probably the same as this gameplay all in, except for it doesn't have the miniatures, the castle miniatures in it. So and then of course the royal pledge, which is going to cost me almost 200 Canadian dollars to get me all of the things inside of this one, which is well, let's just click on more info here. Currently here, special edition sun-dropped castle miniatures, the stretch goals, the playmat, and the upgraded hex tiles in acrylic. You can see there, kind of all that kind of stuff here. So yes, there are some add-ons that are going on in this campaign. If we go to the end, there's two add-ons here at $45 Canadian. I get these upgraded hex tiles that are acrylic in nature, and a neoprene playmat for the central board. Let me take a look at these add-ons for a second. Yes, upgraded hex tiles into acrylic. Yes, if you want a deluxe-ified special edition version of Castles of Burgundy, the acrylic hexes, instead of those crappy cardboard tokens, are a must if you are going to want a super fancy version of this game. I would argue that the acrylic should just be part of the actual campaign and everything. I'm going to be very interested to hear how many people are adding on the acrylic tile upgrades. Okay, the playmat is very surprising. because this is a game that I don't think really warrants a neoprene playmat. It's only $25 Canadian. That's actually a really good price, but really all you're replacing here is you're replacing the central board with neoprene. That is not necessary in this particular game. The neoprene is like meant for like if you have like cards on your table and you're wanting to slide and pick up your cards very easily and everything. This game doesn't have cards. This game has already tiles, which are already pretty easy to kind of grab off of like a central player board. So the neoprene thing is kind of iffy on me. In my mind, I would be skipping out on the playmat. That is complete. And I'm Mr. Neoprene. I have neoprene playmats up the wazoo back here. But for this particular game, yeah, no, that is completely unnecessary. And it's a very odd choice that's what you would go for in this. Acrylic hexes, yes. Neoprene playmat for that central player board, no. Get that out of my face. I don't like it. Not at all. So let's take a look at what we're actually going on in this, what's going to be going on in this campaign. Let's go back here. I'm just going to go... not the stretch goals. No, I don't want the stretch goals just yet. Where am I going for here? Where's the actual... no, that's the buyback now. The special edition content. Okay, so we got our boards. So yes, that castle miniature is going to be like your central... what they used to be the dark evergreen style tiles to represent your castles of your kingdom. Whatever it is, now they are replacing that with red, and that they have these nice big castle miniatures that could possibly go into those particular spots, which are, by these renders, not insignificant on your board. They're pretty. They look pretty beefy, and I've heard a lot of people comment that they look like they could possibly get in the way, and I kind of agree with that. From the renders, they are not small at all. So take a look at those, especially if they're going to be looking at that. Okay. So yes, we got our board is looking at it. It's dual layered for there's your dice slots and your worker slots, coins, and everything. Everything's going, and this nice plastic transparent overlay to lock those tiles in place. Fantastic idea. A must-have for this particular game. Already those kingdom boards are going to be sliding into that nice dual-layered player board already. And now you're going to put this plastic transparency on top of it so that those tiles do not slip away. Fantastic. That nailed it. Well, chef's kiss on that one. I love that idea part of this thing. And then of course you got all of these with a linen finish, I might add too, which is they're going to be looking very nice, very beefy, very chunky, feeling very, very, very nice. And there's that central player board. Kind of like the way that they're all laid out. They're kind of laid out. This is actually pretty decent with the black tile market kind of going down instead of just having like a big old section in the center, and then of course all of these different tiles of those, and the track going around the board in a nice rectangular fashion. That's pretty okay by me. And then there's all those castle miniatures, which I'm like, yeah, no, I don't really think I need these. Larger tiles, which has already been spoiled. I like that. They're kind of harder. They're kind of harder to see. I do like the castle tiles. They're moving away from the dark green, and now they're kind of reddish. Kind of nice. And then there's all the different buildings. Very nicely be able to distinguish between them all. That was one thing I was going to look at the player boards. Do they have the little reference aids on the player boards? No, they do not have the actual reference about what each of those things do on the player board. So I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of aid that comes along with this just to remind people of, because I do need for those beige tiles, these building tiles, I do need constant reminders of what do they do constantly when I play this game. And I've played this game a lot, and I still need reminders. So hopefully they do that. There's the animals. That's fantastic. And the knowledge tiles. And I really like this part about the knowledge tiles, is that they have the text on the back of the tile to remind you, what does that tile actually do? Fantastic idea. That's all I'm going to leave it at. That's a fantastic idea. The mines, the ships, the drawbags, having actually quality drawbags to draw your tiles out of, which is great. The metal coins, that is a thing that I was like, I could go either way on the metal coins, because I just use poker chips now for my monies in most of my Euro type games. With that, I guess if you're getting the deluxeified experience from Castles of Burgundy here, metal coins are probably cool, because they are those kind of like those, I believe they refer to them as silverlings in this thing. So yeah, having a nice little piece of quote unquote silver would be actually okay. Your trade goods, turn order markers, everything like that. The point guys are actually like different styles of people. Oh, the work in progress. Here's the player aids. There's actually going to be player aid tiles. They're going to be tiles on them. Now, here's the thing that I found in all existing expansions. Now, Castles of Burgundy has lots of expansions to it, and I had to go to Board Game Geek and find out that there's actually there's listed as 10 official Castles of Burgundy expansions. And let's just go through here, because I was very confused at first how this was laid, but it says say here, the box is only a visualization. All components will arrive in one box. That's the thing. So this expansion is not contained in a box, but it's going to they're all going to be contained in a thing. And this is interesting how they present it here. This is expansions numbers 4, 5, and 6 on this one. Now, if you're going to go back to the BGG official listings of what the expansions are, 4 is the monastery boards, 5 is the pleasure gardens, and 6 is the cloisters. Okay, so I would agree that these tiles would be the ones that are going along with the monastery boards. Now, what the monastery boards though had, where they had these little like monastery icons on the corners of the board, because you got extra points if you were able to connect those monasteries while filling in your board. Now, you take a look at these tiles, though, that are kind of coming in. I don't see any indications of where those monasteries would be. And if we go all the way back up to the top and take a look at a player board, there's nothing on here that could indicate that there are any monasteries that I could connect from one side of my board to the other. The monasteries were in this triangular pattern up on the board here. So, are the monastery scoring going to be part of this game? Please, if somebody's already made that comment in the comments, I'm not sifting through all those thousands of comments, but are the monastery scorings going to be taking place here in this game, and where is that going to be? These tiles right here, I believe, are going to be our pleasure gardens, but now they're replacing them with the White Castle type thing, which is kind of what they did in the 20th anniversary edition of the game. They kind of made, instead of being the gardens, it's now this kind of like White Castle that they kind of put it in there. So that's number 5. Now, number 6 are the cloisters. I'm assuming these 5 tiles right here, because the cloisters were 5 tiles in that little mini expansion there, except for they kind of depicted that they were all of the different colors that you see on your player board, because they could actually fit into any of the areas to help you score them. They didn't provide you with really any other bonuses other than they could slot into any of the thing. I don't see any indication that that's what these are, but I'm going to assume that's what these are. And then we got these 4 random tiles down here, which, when I cross-referenced it, these 4 tiles right here are actually part of expansion, the official expansion number 2, which are the new tiles. They call it the new hex tiles. So I guess, accurately update this one is actually supposed to be expansions numbers 2, 4, 5, 6. As long as these ones are number 6, the cloisters, which they're now replacing with this kind of building on the board. So I'm assuming these 4 tiles right here are expansion number 2. These are the monastery boards, but I don't see anything with monasteries. These are the pleasure garden, which is now this white castle, and these must be the cloisters. Please, somebody, clarify me if I'm wrong. Okay. Expansion number 8, which is the trade routes. Yep, that's very popular. That's right bang on here. And then there is expansions number, well, wait, what does that say? Expansion number 8 and 10? No, we've already got expansion number 8 up here, Awaken Realms. Somebody update this. This is actually expansions numbers 9 and 10 because this is called the team game and the solo game. And team game was expansion number 9. Solo game was expansion number 10. And it looks like they got those. Works are in progress for the final layouts for those boards. Okay, and then there's the shield tokens for that go. These shield tokens actually go up here with this expansion, the team and the solo version. And yeah, I really thought that the shields went after we went with those ones, but shields and the championship boards, numbers 1, 3, and 7. And so yes, number 3. Expansion number 3 is one of the German championship boards, and so is expansion number 7. It was officially listed off as one of the championship boards, and those were never really reprinted. Okay, not even in the 20th anniversary edition of Castles of Burgundy, we didn't get the German championship boards. This is actually the first time that we're going to see those in a very, 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 very long time. Almost ever. This is the first time they're going to be widely available are those championship boards. And some people, a lot of you probably don't realize how big of a deal that actually is, because those two boards I've actually never seen the light of day in a regular gaming table around, just a regular gaming table. And of course, expansion number 1 is the new player, what they refer to as the new player boards. Kind of just gave you a bit of a variety more other than the base box. Okay, and then we have the shields expansion, which was actually never really released as an actual separate expansion. I've thought that it just kind of went along with the team and the solo game, so I'm not 100%. It's not listed off as an actual expansion number. So I think we're getting all of the we're definitely getting all of the current expansions for this game, all in one place too. So that's actually a really, really, really good thing to have. And then, of course, let's go up to the stretch goals, because this is one thing that's been really, really neat that they unlocked here, where it was this vineyard expansion, a brand new thing for the Castles of Burgundy, and it's got its own little sideboard here. It's got its own set of tiles, bonus tiles, a drawbag for it, a depot, a nice little plastic piece that holds the tiles together, the vineyard store, and now you can see there's the rules, and you can let's see if we can find out where. Let's just click on it here. Yeah, there's the vineyard boards, and it just slides in there beside your player board, which is really, really quite nice. And it looks like it just provides you with, as you cover them, probably just provides you with a whole bunch of little bonuses that you can take along the way, because the comboing in this game wasn't already fantastic enough. Now you can probably add in more combos upon everything like that. I'm really excited to see what this looks like. I just might have to get this new version just because I want to see and play with this new expansion, and see how it actually works and plays with. So kind of like a little spoiler alert, I guess, in my thoughts here. So yeah, I think that is everything that has been so far announced. Now, I guess they have more things that are coming for the stretch goals. Let's take a look here. Yeah, more coming soon. There has been some teasers coming in here that I believe now more of the stretch goals, they're not going to add in any more like expansion content, but rather they're going to be adding in more quality add-ons to the already fantastic looking campaign that they've got going here. I can't lie. I was very skeptical about the campaign at first, but this thing is looking and shaping up pretty good. I'm sure that there is going to be more miniatures on the way, because if you take a look at this Royal Pledge, I just want to see, where did it say? There's something about stretch goals. There's going to be like some miniature stretch goals. So as long as you are backing in at the miniatures level, at least the special edition, all unlock stretch goals. And where did I see it? I saw it on here somewhere, that there is going to be some more tease that there's probably going to be some more stretch goal. Oh, right here. So if you do the classic pledge, okay, of the version without miniatures, it'll include all unlocked non-miniature stretch goals. That's going to highlight that. That must mean that there's going to be miniature stretch goals part of this campaign. So you're only going to get those as long as you actually spec the special edition. So where am I sitting in on this? I have to eat crow here, because I was very skeptical about this entire campaign right from the get-go. And I think that they are doing fantastic on what they've released so far, and how this game is looking, and how this game is playing out, and everything like that. People who don't already own Castles of Burgundy and are looking at this campaign, you are getting a lot in this. You are getting the complete game package as it already exists out in the world, plus more, plus all these upgrades. I'm really enjoying what this campaign has to offer. My reservation, though, is that as a Canadian backer, okay, the special edition is $130 for the Castles of Burgundy, which is let's just say it's a Euro game that is really quite puzzly. It's really, really quite good and everything like that. But retail editions of it are only like $40. I'm going to be paying $100 more plus shipping, which is astronomical at this time. $100 more for essentially the same game of most of the content that I already have. Just kind of doesn't look like Awakened Realms like. So, oh boy, where am I sitting on this? Well, you see, for me, the miniatures, even though I'm Mr. Miniatures, I don't think that the miniatures are necessary in this game. I think going with the classic pledge, and of course adding on those acrylic, I have to get those acrylic tiles. They kind of look like the Geek Up bits in this. I think I would go with the acrylic tiles. What am I looking at there? I'm looking at $116, and then what were they again? You add on another $45 to that. So, okay, so 45 and 116. Okay, so we're actually already getting up there. So, not much more. And you get that Royal Pledge. Well, that's actually a really interesting. I'm just gonna do some quick math. I'm just gonna do some quick dry math here. 450. $30 more. I can go Royal Pledge all in. Interesting. Very interesting. They are offering some of this. Okay. Even though I don't want miniatures and I really don't need that playmat. No, I think I'd rather save the 30. I think I would rather save the $30. Honestly, at this stage, I could just go classic plus acrylic. Yeah, I think that's what I'm probably going to end up doing. And then, of course, I want to follow all of these stretch goals that are coming out to see how much more value would that Royal Pledge be, or the special edition be? How much more value would that be? How much more value would that be Once again, like again, maybe I'll have to make another video at the end of this, towards the end of this campaign, because okay, Awakened Realms, I've been very impressed. I'm very impressed with this. I'm leaning classic miniatures, classic pledge, no miniatures, and I'm gonna get those acrylic tiles add on. I think that's where I'm sitting right now for this. That playmat is unnecessary. I have no idea why it exists. Why would you just replace it? It's just a central board, and there's no cards. That's what the purpose of neoprene really is to help you like pick up cards and pick, like, it's not going to really help you pick up the tiles. Interesting. I don't know about that one. All right, let's come. I'm just going to switch this back here. Okay, that is where I am sitting with the Castles of Burgundy by Awakened Realms. I'm impressed by the campaign thus far. There's so much more to come in the coming days and weeks here. So please look for a response video again, probably towards the end of the campaign with my actual final thoughts. But I think I know where I'm sitting. And I think I'm going to be upgrading my current version of Castles of Burgundy. And I love this game, and I've been impressed. A much different tone than my first video, I know. So thank you for sticking with me throughout this rambling and ranting about it. There's not really rant. There's more just ramblings about it. I'm very impressed with this game. So I've been Ryan from Mr. Row's Gaming Rants and Reviews. So please leave a comment at the bottom of this video. Are you looking at the new Awakened Realms version of Castles of Burgundy like I am and so many other people are? Are you impressed with what is happening so far in this campaign? All right, folks, you have yourselves a good day, good evening, no matter what time of day you're watching this video, because I'm going to officially close it out with that this rant is officially over.